this is I'm going live on my laptop for the first time, so I need you to tell me if you can hear me. Please give me a like. Okay, so we are on. I'm online. This will be a 15 minutes book reading. So just so this is going to be a 15 minutes book reading. I don't know if there's anybody watching it. So can I ask a question? So create a poll. What question should I ask? The most tough one, the toughest one, or the easiest one? Do you believe in God? The toughest one? Yes and no answer? You sure? Is it a yes and no answer? Do you believe in God? Yes and no. And let me add an option, kind of, which they're called agnostics. So let me add that poll, create poll. Okay, so generally I'm live, but I don't know how many of you are watching. But in any case, let me start the book reading, because I need so I'll just start with the book reading, okay? I just hope you guys are watching me. If you have not watched it live, you can always rewind and watch. So this is the controversial book, which is it's controversial in different ways. Controversial for the name of the book, which a lot of people find it's not appropriate. But I'll tell you why I felt I wrote this name. This is exactly what I felt right after writing the book and finishing with the book, So it was, this is exactly what I felt right after finishing the book. And when I was writing, at certain points, I was getting very, very dubious of the existence of the Almighty. I was getting very fuzzy. It is a personal journey for me, so you might want to take a look and check it out and see if it matches with your personal journey. So okay, if you are watching this, please give me a like, so that I know that you are watching it. Okay, so the first initially what I want to say is about why I started writing this book. Okay, so when I started writing this book, it was just a fun recording of whatever I learned after having semi-retired from being a hard-nosed news desk journalist, was welcoming the change of operating two fun businesses from home and leading a reasonably peaceful but boring life in North America. Due to a curious mind through various scientific, quasi-scientific and pseudo-scientific knowledge floating in the internet sphere all around me, I found a lot of contradictory and thrilling concepts that I wanted to share. Okay, let me know whenever the voice goes down, because so whenever the voice goes down, because thing is that I do not know how it happens. Sometimes the voice just trails off, and last time when I did a book reading, half of the voice was not heard. So wanting to reiterate whatever I learned on a piece of paper for the future generations to refer to, I went on this writing spree. Okay, thanks Apshari, thanks Gopa for liking. I can see you are there. I'm so happy you're there. So I just hope some more people join me. I know it's waking, India is just waking up, and I want my friends to be there with me, like I'm kind of going slow. So please join me Please join me. I know what's the time in India now. It's 8:30. I have an India watch over there, so it's 8:30, and I just want you to join me, all of you. Okay? So I really want to see you guys. So just keep liking. Whenever if you notice it, please like it. If you can hear me, okay? So that I'll know that you're there. Okay. So wanting to reiterate whatever I learned on a piece of paper for the future generations to refer to, I went on this writing spree. Didn't think I would publish it as a book. Though I thought maybe I would put it up on my blog, knowing very well that I'm not the first person to be stupefied by the knowledge and that I am too small in the universe to, if he exists, for God to care a hoot about. Neither am I the last. Then, while writing, I went through this journey, the enlightening experience of knowing more and more through research, scouring the internet, arid, and finally through meditation. I am shocked to say, I am addicted to meditation. It's like the last shore of knowledge you can arrive. The more I know, the less I seem to know. The more I meditated. My political analyst and atheist son, he's greatly atheist. I'll just lower the camera a little bit, okay, for you to see the book, okay. Knows that I believe in UFOs, God with a capital G, the omnipotent and supreme, gods with the personal gods of our religion, time travel, and homeopathy. In other words, I'm a bit cracked. I was born in a world where blackberries and apples were just fruits. Web was a thing spiders spun. And okay, Joita, so nice to see you finally after a long time. Joita, you're there. So nice to see you. You came over here in this house. Do you remember? It was so nice. Onek din bad dekhi toke. Like dekhi na mane, I can feel your presence. Okay. So I was born in a world when blackberries and apples were just fruits. Web was a thing spiders spun, and net was something you caught a fish with. Hardware, hammers and nails, and saws you worked with, and software was never heard of. RAM, spiders, Blu-rays, and bugs were all living creatures, some of them creepy and crawly. I do not understand how they made their way into tech textbooks. Our generation began with a simple Murphy radio, rotary telephones. You must be knowing this. All of our generation, we went through this tectonic shift in our culture exposure, where phones didn't have any caller ID screens and we were free to make any number of canned calls. Then we witnessed the magical invasion of black and white television, complete with this giant crate and sliding door, giving it a huge, dramatic stage-like effect. It made its grand entry and perched in a pivotal role in our... Yeah, Shrudeep Mojumdar, thank you for watching. I really, really appreciate. Please come online. I'm so happy you are watching this. I'm so happy. So, okay, then we witnessed the magical invasion of the black and white television, complete with this giant crate and sliding door. Okay, it made its grand entry, and and I just hope you can hear me, all of you, because this is very important that you hear every word. So it made its grand entry and perched in a pivotal role in our living rooms for life. Even today, larger and larger screens, getting slimmer and slimmer over the years, are incontestably the most important device in our lives, after the smartphone, of course. So I'll read small snippets, not the whole entire book, obviously, because this is going to be just a 15 minutes. So that was the beginning. That was a dawning. That's chapter. The name of the chapter is called Dawning. So this is, by the way, dedicated to the future humans. I am hoping after I leave, this book will remain as a reference for the future humans, how we felt at this time. This is the preface, which is called the Dawning. I wanted to call the Calling, but then calling was too specific. It is more of a dawning, something just dawned someday suddenly on my... So next chapter we're going to read is God absent during COVID-19. Was he not there during COVID-19? Okay, now I start with a small song which I know a lot of you may have remembered. Aaj tumhar porikha bhagavan. If you remember this song, please give a comment. So I have this there's a comment, so I cannot read the comment right now, but can I read the comment? No, I cannot read the comment. So but thank you for the comment. And I've created a poll also. So do you believe in God? Yes and no. I just hope it will not make answer the whole thing, but at least there's a question, so you have to answer that. Aaj tumhar porikha bhagavan. Remember that song? Tumi pathor naki pran bhagavan, tumi acho ki na koro ta praman. Aaj tumhar porikha bhagavan. So when I started this path with the above stanza in Bengali language, that too during these trying times, I'll justify. These ancient, very unheard lyrics are from a shrill Bengali song sung in an ancient Indian Bengali Hindu devotional but not so inconsequential 1977 film Baba Tarakana. So if you download the book, you'll be able to see the picture. Let me enumerate why I quoted this song right in the beginning of the part. The lyrics can be loosely translated in English this way: today is your exam, God, whether you are just a stone, whether you exist or you don't. Today is your test. There is a sequence in the movie where this archetypical Bengali housewife who has a wonderfully successful marriage is in love with a scientist and atheist husband. Her husband works in a lab with snake poison, making some medicines. Being a quintessential Bengali housewife, she practices all obligatory rituals entailing her husband's long life. She has deep faith in her god, Baba Taraknath, a form of Shiva, and keeps her fast, practices the severest of rituals to bring happiness to her marriage. Suddenly, a snake bites her husband and he is dead. This shocks her into immense rage. Instead of grieving and crying, just like any prototype Bengali housewife would do, she seethes in anger with God and carries her husband's body to the nearest temple, demanding an answer from Shiva. She points at the stone idol and questions how dare he take her husband's life. In a notable performance, the actor Shondha Roy breathes fire as she challenges God and defies him to give her husband's life back. She demands an answer from God whether he exists or not. I've given the YouTube link to this song. In the end, it is a very interesting sequence to watch. I mean, you would feel goosebumps in yours. I still, even now when I watch it, I feel goosebumps underneath my skin. So she cites several mythological examples where God had earlier performed so many miracles and resurrected so many lives. So this character of Shiva, meanwhile, in the movie, sitting in heaven, smirking all along, pulls out the snake, rubber snake, from his neck and sends it down to the earth to revive the man. In the end, God is sold into resurrecting her husband, proving that he exists, and succeeds in the test set out by an earthling. Today I feel like saying the same. Aaj tumhar porikha bhagavan. Today is your test to prove if you exist or not. It's not funny. As I have a feeling God has failed humankind miserably to prove his existence, as we watch millions of people die of COVID-19 every day. So I started writing this at the peak of COVID, this chapter at the peak of COVID. We watch helplessly our own fathers and mothers die of asphyxiation all alone, and their bodies stowed away in plastic bags. There is no dignity in dying of COVID. I have many friends, relatives, and so many people who died of COVID. My dad was so scared, like he was saying that they will not even let you guys touch my body. I will be left in the dump. So all of us who have survived COVID will forget it. Those who have survived, but those who have been affected will not forget it at all. So COVID had been truly the test of God's existence in our lives. During COVID, all temples, churches and mosques were closed. Priests went home and the dying were left to die. Where was God during these times? I am a skeptical believer, but all those who prayed for COVID to go away, did God answer your prayers? So this is another portion, and there is another portion which I'm coming to. So I have God and aliens. Okay, so God and aliens, there's a chapter called God and Aliens, and why we can believe that gods are ancient alien astronauts who came down to earth. So there's a very, very special reference to our Hindu god Shiva. Okay, so Shiva came down to, thank you for liking Tripona, Rubaito. Rubai, say hello to Mama, Ronnie Kaku. Into education, Ronnie Kaku is sitting over here.
Between.
Rubai is here. She's
ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে
watching.
ঠিক আছে
Say hello to.
yeah hello hi
Okay,
hi
I cannot move
Yeah.
the laptop, and he's also recording me. So Rubai is there. Thank you, Rubai, for being there. And so this is okay. By the way, before I forget, today starts the day of free giveaway of all ebooks. So you can download the ebook free of cost. This is going to last for 5 days. From today, it's like a birthday gift to myself. Day after tomorrow is my birthday. So it's a free giveaway on Amazon, any part of the world, anywhere. And Amazon, please download the book, because I would really want you to read it and give me your opinion about it. Okay, so we are there on God and Aliens, the chapter called God and Aliens. So Shiva had been considered the ultimate alien. The Shiva, the Hindu god of all gods, is proclaimed to be an alien, to have visited Earth not just once, not just twice, but hundreds of times, several thousands of years ago. Shiva arrived in a flash. I lost the book. Yeah. So Shiva arrived in a flash of light, in quotes, disappeared in a flash of light. Believed to have lived in the Himalayas, predictably the Kailash mountain, where he lived and did yoga on top of the mountain in a bare body. He drank snake poison, which is why his neck is represented in blue in color, Neelkanthi, and savored weeds of various kinds found in the Himalayas, which is why he could stay bare-bodied in the snow. Some Naga Sadhus today too do yoga naked in the snow-capped Himalayan mountains. You can watch some videos, and I have personally met someone in Kolkata this time who is a Naga Sadhu. So, and he speaks fluent English like you and me. Okay. So the presumptions that I will now write will muddle your brains further. Why Shiva is considered an alien among all gods and that we know about is because of the following reasons. Though we know that birth and death story of almost all religious sons of God, as Muhammad, Jesus, Buddha and Krishna, we do not know anything about Shiva's birth or death. Sadhguru cited this, brought this to light mostly. Interestingly said that Shiva is such an important part of the Hindu religion, but no one saw him as a kid or someone growing up. We all know about Krishna's pranks and Jesus being born in a manger, but we know nothing about Shiva's childhood. Okay, there's been no tales of his parentage, childhood or life like the way there's been tales of other deities. We all saw him as the same age throughout. Shiva is a Swayambhu, self-created. He has no siblings, no parents, no lineage. There's no story of his death either. No temple or monument have been built at any place where he could have died, presumably. Okay, I would like to show you something. Give me that. Okay, I should have fixed this from before. So this is my Shiva. This is my Shiva. So I don't know whether you can see it. Okay, let me put it here right away. This is my Shiva. This is my painting of my alien Shiva. He's my alien romantic Shiva. So yeah, I can see the comments. The subject of this book seems to be exceedingly interesting. How can I get my hands on it? Okay, Rubai, you can just download it. You just write the name of the book on Amazon. Today it's a free giveaway. So just download the ebook, because in India this book is costing a huge lot of money. So I don't expect you to buy it. Just download the ebook, and you can download the ebook. Okay. So just a second. Let me see if I can fix this. Doesn't matter now. Let me see if I can fix this. Okay, so we are on the book. This is my inspiration to write this. So I want you guys to know that like. Okay, so here he goes. I hope it doesn't fall off. Okay, Shiva, my inspiration. He's my inspiration to write. Okay, so you can see him, right? Yeah. He's just behind my head. Okay, so Tripona, like I said, you can just, I cannot copy and paste the link right now, but you can just go on Amazon. There's a free book giveaway now, so you can just download the ebook, and I'm sure you can just read the ebook. I know you guys want to hold this book in your hands, but it's like in India the paperback is costing around 3,800 something rupees, which I don't expect you to spend on, because the shipping costs are huge. So just download the ebook and read it for the timing, and later on when I go to India, I'm going to carry tons of them for you guys. Okay, so Shiva has no siblings, no lineage. There is no story of his death either. No temple or monument has been built in any place where he could have died, presumably. Okay. Sorry about this, guys. I just want you to see Shiva. Okay. Now I'm blocking him even more.
Continue with your reading.
It's okay. We are all interacting together. So good morning, Joita. Yeah. Okay. So you can see my Shiva, right? Okay. So as please give a like if you are watching this. Please give a like, then I'll know that you're watching this. Okay. So no temple and monument has been built at any place where he could have died, presumably. Now we don't even know if he is a human being, so hence we can refer to Shiva as Yaksha Swarupa. So I've done a huge research on Yaksha Swarupa and what are Yakshas and what are their class of nature spirits, usually benevolent, and then Rakshasas. What's the difference between Yakshas and Rakshasas? So there's a huge research on that. Okay, there is a research work on it. So now let me jump into the chapter God and Religion, the ultimate chapter that you probably have to come to terms, because most people confuse God with religion. Okay, so God and religion are two different things. So I would like to tell my Western friends that God is not equivalent to religion. People can believe in God and not believe in a religion, and they can believe in a religion and not exactly get anywhere close to God. Okay, so how did we start worshipping God in the first place? That's there. So from the beginning, man had always believed in something greater than himself. Neanderthal man existed from nearly 30,000 years ago. There is an evidence of religious practice among at least some of them. Neanderthal population. And in the beginning, the more humans ventured out from their caves, the more they met with things they didn't understand. The more they worshipped them, like the sun, the wind, the storms, the waves, the sea. Like the pharaohs in Egypt, they worshipped the sun god Ra, the creator god Amun, and the mother goddess Iris. Okay, so that is part of the chapter, and you can there's a lot of explanation of how religion came into being, why we at all worship gods, why we follow rituals. There are actually scientific evidences behind the rituals that we follow. You know, some of them are actually scientific. So like this part I wanted to read. The universe is really, really old, over 13 billion years old. In comparison, the Earth is just 4 billion years old. The humans evolved just 200,000 years ago. Objectively speaking, humans have been around for just a blink of an eye. Okay, we know that the universe contains at least 2 trillion galaxies as our own Milky Way. It's a mind-boggling big space. It's difficult to believe that God would place his greatest creations on this obscure part of the universe in the tiniest and most helpless form, so helpless that they would have had to evolve like infants over time, without any guardian, from inventing fire to discovering iron and all the elements around him for his benefit to the latest invention of the smartphone, AI, and robots. If God created man in his own image, why would she, make humans so helpless? Wouldn't he, I'm using he just for continuous convenience, it has nothing to do with being gender biased, if he had created us directly with all amenities around us, so that we could have started at level 4 of the Kardashians Scale. Now there's a scale called Kardashians Scale, a lot of people might not know about it. I've mentioned it below the particular thing. The Kardashians Scale is a method of measuring civilization's level of technological advancement based on the amount of energy they are able to use. This measure was proposed by Soviet astronomer Nikolai Kardashev in 1964. So a type 1 civilization is planetary civilization, can use up and store all the energies available on its planet. Type 2 civilization, also called the stellar civilization, can use and control energies at the scale of its planetary system. And type 3 civilization, also called the galactic civilization, can control all the energy at the scale of its entire host galaxy. So we are right now at type 0 civilization. Okay, so unless we could have become an interplanetary race already, why didn't God create us that way? Unless he values rocks and cosmic dust more highly than humans. It also seems that even though God has created all life on his only one medium-sized planet with only humans worship God. Did you witness any tiger worshipping God? Do polar bears have God? So is it true that God created man? Or is it the other way around? That is my question. So I could have that question. Anju, thank you for watching, Anju. I hope you had a nice dinner. I hope your daughters are watching. I really want to reach out to everybody. All the I just hope. I'm sure they're going to like it. So my question is. So is it true that God created man, or is it the other way around? So that is what puzzled me. This entire journey, while I was writing, I was totally puzzled. I was totally befuddled, and I did not know exactly where I was going. Where all my beliefs were like going crashing down like that. So I kept on writing, and I realized at the end that this is exactly what I felt at the end of the book. So which is why the name of the book just came to me very spontaneously. Okay, so you can see my Shiva, the alien. I had painted him long time back. So he's my alien, Shiva, the first alien astronaut who came to planet. Okay, so this is one part which is very interesting. As for Hinduism's Lord Krishna, who was born into mankind to save mankind, apparently plays with the universe like his toys. So what has been the intention of God? To belittle mankind? To make him feel so small, so insignificant, so worthless that he, being God's supreme creation apparently, so worthless, remains busy killing one another? And God watches us in silence, loves us despite all, and tests us. And we also have to face heaven or hell following how we conduct our dreadful lives. It makes no sense. And increasingly, philosophers are pushing towards the belief that God did not create man, but instead man created God. To justify his actions, to be able to justify things he cannot control, in reality, man is too small, too insignificant, too mortal to be considered a part of any divine plot. So we are not jumping into conclusion yet, not so soon. Wait till you learn what else I have found. This is found at the end of the book. So I'll now wind this up, and there are God in the planet, parallel universe, God in death. What is being dead? Clinically, how is it being dead? There is what is NDEs, what are the near-death experiences, and how are they really related to God? Do really people see God when they die? So all these research work has gone into this. And there is another very interesting chapter. The soul weighs 21 grams. So there was a scientist who actually measured soul and its weight and measured it to be weighing at 21 grams. So there's a movie also created on this basic thing. So you can read that. That is on page 230 to 229. So, and the most challenging chapter I had to write was this. God and astrology. So God, establishing God's presence in astrology, that has been so challenging for me. That is really challenging for me. And I am so proud to say I actually did a remarkable job. And when I finished writing the chapter, I was so happy with myself. So there is God and AI, God and the future humans we have, and then we have God and DNA. So there is one small thing which I would like to finish up with. This is science of Gotra. So we all know what is a Gotra, right? We are Hindus particularly, we know what is Gotra. So the science of all this is humans have 23 pairs of chromosomes, and each pair, one chromosome comes from the father and one from the mother. So in all we have 46 chromosomes in every cell, of which 23 comes from the mother and 23 from the father. Of these 23 pairs, there is one pair called sex chromosomes which decide the gender of the person. During conception, if the resultant cell has an XX sex chromosome, then the child will be a girl, and if it is an XY cell, then the child will be a boy. X chromosomes decides the female attributes of the person, and Y chromosomes decides the male attributes. When the initial embryonic cell has XY chromosomes, the female attributes get suppressed by the genes in the Y chromosome, and the embryo develops into a male child. Okay, this is apparent. The system was initiated to preserve the male lineage, father, son, grandson, etc. In a male-dominated society, the Y chromosome is the only chromosome that gets passed down from between the men in the lineage. Women do not have Y chromosomes in their body. In society, Y chromosomes plays a crucial role in modern genetics in identifying the genealogy, that is male ancestry of a person. And the Gotra system was designed to track down the root Y chromosome of a person quite easily. So now you know why females have to change their Gotras once they get married, and why Gotra is so redundant today. So concept of Gotra is actually redundant. So because it's a vanishing Y chromosome. There's a chapter called the vanishing Y chromosomes. Why actually children are vanishing every day. So that is there. And then we have a chapter called the God and Dark Energy, which was my magnum opus, my ultimate pinnacle chapter that was written. So you can read that. And why we know nothing about dark energy as yet, we know nothing about dark matter, and we can easily say that okay, our prayers of God got to the dark energy. I found God at the end. The last chapter is WTF. I found God. So after that, there's an epilogue, and I just hope you guys enjoy the contents. I more or less read all the chapters, a little bit from all the chapters. I just hope you guys find it interesting. Read it and let me know your thoughts. Let me know where I've gone wrong. I'm so open to discussion, and I just hope today is, again I'm mentioning today, it's starting today for 5 days, like from July 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30, 5 days. There's a free giveaway of this ebook from Amazon, from any part of the world. 5 days, there's a free giveaway of this book from Amazon, any part of the world. Please download. I'm giving the link below in YouTube. So please download and read it at your leisure. I'm sure you're going to find it very interesting, because I was very excited writing about it, and I'm very excited to share this. I was never so excited about any of my books. Believe me, when Gobi Raja was published, I was like, okay, it's published, it's gone. Whoever's read it. When Neil Must Die was published, I was so shy, I didn't even talk about it with anybody. So, but it became quite huge, and I don't know why it became so big. And with other books, my Whiff of Tempest, Jordan Mukamukhi, when it was published, I was not, Whiff of Tempest nobody knows about. I've never did any kind of book reading or told anybody to buy it. If you buy it, you like it, it's a short story collection. If you like it, you like Shivendu, he liked it, and he made a podcast out of one of the stories. So Shivendu, missing you here. You must read this book, even though I'm missing you here. So so I've never wanted people to read my book the way this, and I'm feeling sad that people are not reading it as yet. I'm feeling really sad and upset. I was telling my son the other day, why aren't people reading it? Why aren't they taking seriously? So like I just want people to read this book because it matters so much. It will change your perception about God so much, completely, totally. So the way I have gone through, the way I have felt this journey, it will create a whole lot of huge question mark on your brain. So I'll end off this and sign off by saying thank you for buying this book. Whoever's bought it already, thank you so much, and do give a review of your book. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much for watching my video. Thank you, and please subscribe to my channel and like it and share if you can. Bye bye.